It's my pleasure to welcome you here on behalf of World Jewish Congress and Israel Council on Foreign Relations to this dinner in honor of former Mayor of New York, Rudy Giuliani. Mayor Giuliani, we're delighted to have you here. We're delighted to have you as our guest of honor, and we look forward to hearing from you later this evening. I'd like to acknowledge some of our other distinguished guests here with us. Minister Gila Gamliel, Mayor of Jerusalem Nir Barkat, Director General of the Prime Minister's Office Eli Groner, and we also look forward to hearing from each of you this evening. I want to convey regrets on behalf of the Director General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Dori Gold, who had planned to be here but was traveling and is unable to be here. He sends his best regards, and especially to you, Mayor Giuliani. I'd like to also acknowledge Israeli Supreme Court Judge Neil Hendo, a former New Yorker from Brooklyn. World Jewish Congress Vice President Emeritus Izzy Liebler and his wife Naomi. WJC Israel Chairman Shai Hermesh, who you'll hear from shortly. Senior shareholders from the law firm of Greenberg Traurig, Gary Epstein, Alan Sutton, and Bob Grossman, and your colleagues, we welcome you. I would also like to recognize the many ambassadors to Israel who are with us. We're delighted to have you join us, Your Excellencies. Welcome. Leading members of the business community who are with us, welcome. And I'd finally like to acknowledge and thank my WJC and Israel Council of Foreign Relations colleagues, Dr. Lawrence Weinbaum, Yvette Schumacher, and Aranit Wiener. Thank you. Mayor Giuliani, I know that your current visit here in Israel is in conjunction with your recent joining of the law firm of Greenberg Traurig as the global chair of its cybersecurity and crisis management department. Well, you certainly came to the right place, the right part of the world. God knows we have our share of crises here in our region. So we're glad you're here with us. Mayor, I also wanted to share with you that I had only one hesitation when it came to hosting you this evening. It's well known that you're an avid sports fan of New York teams. And as you may know from Gary, and we had a chance to speak earlier as well, I'm from Miami. So I wasn't sure if you're a New York Jets fan or a New York Giants fan. Because you see, a divisional rival, if you were a Jets fan, would really be a problem for a Miami Dolphins fan. Okay, so I can now announce that we're going to continue with the evening as planned. To welcome you here this evening, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Shai Hermesh, WJC Vice President and Chairman of WJC Israel. Shai is my boss, my mentor, and my friend. Shai sits on the boards of directors of Bank Leumi and Kafrit Industries, and is a former member of Knesset, former treasurer of the Jewish Agency. He was also the chairman of the board of directors of Sapir College. Shai has done many things in his long career of public service. Going with the theme of mayors tonight, Shai also served early in his career as mayor or head of the Shara Negev Regional Council in the south of Israel. Shai, I welcome you. The floor is yours.
Erev Tov, good evening. Welcome to all of you, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. It is a great pleasure to welcome Rudy Giuliani to Jerusalem. I don't think there's any city in the world outside the native New York in which our guest of honor is well as known, as appreciated and admired. Mr. Giuliani, can I call you Mayor Giuliani or even Rudy? None of us will never forget your great leadership during the after the horrified attack on the 9/11. We, the Israeli, understood better than most of the citizens of the Western world what terrorism is and how very important it is to stand and fight against it. We have been doing that since the birth of our country. Without your dedicated friends like you, our struggle would have been much harder. You never hesitate during a terrible time to set an example of heroic leadership for others to follow. We'll always remember your inspiring word on the tragic day in New York. As you said on that occasion, tomorrow New York is going to be here, and we are going to be rebuilt. And we are going to be stronger than we were before. And I want the people of New York to be an example to the rest of the country, to the rest of the world, that terrorism can't stop us. You have been an example to the whole world. You have always stood with the people of Israel and have always explained that our fight is the fight of all the good people around the world. You have been with us as in good time and bad, always ready to defend our good name and always ready to act as an ambassador of the State of Israel. We are honored to have you here with us in that evening in Jerusalem, and we hope that you will enjoy your stay among our friends here. Toda Rabba, thank you very much, Rudy, and the people who share with us that wonderful evening here in Jerusalem. Toda Rabba.
Thank you, Shai. I'm pleased to introduce Member of Knesset Gila Gamliel, Minister for Social Equality. Her ministry encompasses the advancement of senior citizens, young people, gender and minority equality, as well as the Digital Israel Project, which I'm sure you'll hear more about. Minister Gamliel has previously served as Deputy Speaker of the Knesset, Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, and Deputy Minister for the Advancement of Young People, Students, and Women. We are especially appreciative to Minister Gamliel for being with us tonight to honor Mayor Giuliani, because she's getting on a plane in a few hours to fly to New York for important meetings and events at the UN on the advancement of women and other issues. And she apologizes that she won't be staying for dinner, but we really appreciate your effort to be with us. Minister Gamliel.
Former New York City Mayor Giuliani, Jerusalem Mayor Barkat, Director General of the Prime Minister's Office Eli Gruner, Director General of the World Jewish Congress in Israel Sam Grandberg, the Chairman of the World Jewish Congress, my friend Shai Hermesh. Dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, Shalom and good evening. It is a great pleasure for me to be with you tonight, honoring a great friend of Israel, a great friend of the free world, the legendary Rudy Giuliani. At a time when too many politicians and world leaders choose political correctness over morality and principles, you are a shining star. Your long record of standing up for the truth and fighting terrorism sets an example for the whole world. Many remember you for your leadership and voice after 9/11, but your statesmanship and determination began long before 9/11, going back to your days as federal prosecutor. Who can forget the time you ordered Yasser Arafat removed from a Lincoln Center concert when he showed up uninvited? You explained that someone implicated in the murder of Americans and Israelis was not welcome at the event. A New York newspaper then called you one rude dude. But they should have called you one principled dude. You may not have been PC, politically correct, but you were MC, morally correct, and history has proven that you're right. Thank you very much. Dear friends, I am delighted to be with you here this evening as Israel's first ever Minister for Social Equality, a ministry established to deal with gender issues and minorities, as well as seniors and young people, to enhance Israel's effort to fight prejudice and combat social inequality. You know, our wealth, our treasure, is our human intellect. This is our gift. This is our future. This is why I am especially excited to also be leading the Digital Israel project, which aims to leverage the country's standing as the startup nation to ensure that governmental and business services offered to the public use the most advanced methods in the world. Israel has stood at the forefront of advance in high-tech, in advanced technology, in medical discoveries, which, as you know, have improved the lives of so many people in Israel and all over the world. But at the same time, we are still facing significant socioeconomic gaps in Israel, especially in the periphery of the country and among minorities groups who do not receive equal opportunities and access to public services. Schools and hospitals located in the periphery of the country are at a disadvantage compared to those in central cities. But in today's digital world, geographic distance is no longer an excuse for inequality. The Digital Israel project seeks, via the latest in digital technology, to reduce these social gaps in society and improve services to the population at large. Among other things, the project will, for example, provide online courses with top instructors from the most respected educational institutions around the world to anyone, anywhere in Israel. This program is so important because it will allow those living in the periphery of the country access to some of the best educators the world over. Similarly, it will connect patients in the periphery with top medical experts in a variety of fields who they otherwise might not have been able to see. The program also offered the opportunity to people in lower socioeconomic levels, like the ultra-Orthodox or the Arab sector, to move ahead by providing them with the tools and technological knowledge of the 21st century. To this end, we seek to create digital modernization centers in the periphery, digital smart cities in Arab towns and villages, and digital training courses for the ultra-Orthodox sector. This project, you understand, while technology centers, is way more than that. It is the project for a better future. I'm also happy to tell you that we are also planning on opening the first ever cyber college in the world, which will offer a special engineering degree in coordination with Ben-Gurion University, and among other things, will be a huge boost for the periphery. Be'er Sheva has become one of the top cyber cities in the world, 21st century Zionism in action and realization of the dream of David Ben-Gurion, Israel's first prime minister, to make the Negev desert bloom. The government, led by Prime Minister Netanyahu, is making this dream a reality. In today's world, the war against crime, against terrorism, which you, Rudy, so famously combated in your decades of service to New York City and beyond, is also cyber warfare. Israel, with its technological know-how, is a natural partner in this struggle, both internally and externally. And I can think of no better match than to work with someone who has dedicated all his life to fighting crime and terrorism as you, Rudy, and in your new position in cybersecurity in this new technological age. Israel, with its hands-on experience in security in a roach section of the world, is ready to offer its finance means to this struggle of the democratic world. We have made great progress, but there is still much work to do. And I'm sure that together with you, we will succeed. Thank you, shalom, and have a good evening.